Let's go.
Like what are we in the green room 2 minutes out of the show and you're like, so the flood has destroyed my microphone. I will be using the I want to make fun of what are the notebooks that all the kids get in grade school? My Chromebook. I'll be using my microphone connected to my Chromebook. So we have 14-4 Adam reporting live from Connecticut. Yes, we might get 28-8 by the end of the day, but we're gonna get him a new microphone before he reports back. But we do have audio from Connecticut, which we're grateful for. Rubber Shoes live from the Georgetown locker room. Apparently, was that on sale at Modell's? Who is this? Asking for a friend.
I've had this.
Why are we in Georgetown? Why are we in Georgetown basketball gear? It's men's and women's are both over with.
It matched what I was wearing today.
Oh my gosh!
Is the G on the hat for Georgetown too? You have a Georgetown hat?
Of course it is.
Yep.
Of course it. He would never cross train. He would never cross train at all. What are the shoes?
I like that the sun's out, guns out are going on right now.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
That's funny.
I had a pair of Jordans on today with them.
Jordan went to North Carolina.
Did you see
Nope. I feel like we're going to see something else. Yeah. He's reaching back. I thought we might be able to see what you got on your feet and what you had for breakfast there. That was too close for comfort. Holy Lord.
A lot of fiber going on there.
A lot going on. Yeah. Woolly mammoth. Holy Moses. All right. So,
start the show.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the thumbnail, baby. That's the thumbnail.
Lent's over, but I'm already going to give that up again. Yep. So we got Rubber Shoes in beautiful downtown Lowell, Adam hanging out in Connecticut, myself in beautiful downtown New Hampshire, Scotty and Corey. Corey might pop in later.
Oh, okay.
He is on the road. I believe he still, with his work, he's all over the place. He's just going to like major dealerships and yelling at everybody on the staff to tell him to do it right.
Right.
And I believe which is really funny. Not that people don't need cars, but I feel like there's a limited amount of cars. He's in Key West.
There's a limited amount of cars? What are you talking about?
It's a ribbon. It's a road. I realize people are driving there, but all right, I'm asking for a friend. Is there a car dealership on Key West? Wouldn't they get it in Miami? It doesn't. I don't feel like there's a metropolis down there that there's a car dealership. But Rubber Shoes is going to correct me because the last time we went was ages ago, and I was not coherent for that trip.
There are two car dealerships on Nantucket.
Okay. That'll be on a quiz later. What?
Which is even smaller than down in Key West.
All right.
Yeah. So I appreciate in context, even though you
take a ferry.
Yeah, I get that.
We do have the Googles. Let me just check if there's any car dealerships.
Yeah, the Key West car dealerships. I'm remarkably intrigued by
it appears there are Key West Toyota, Key West Chrysler Dodge. I don't know what is our friend Corey selling?
I think he does.
Well, Corey's
Toyota
company goes in and basically it's national service training.
Oh, okay.
So they have big conglomerates that they work with, and he goes in and yells at them collectively.
So what a job he has. He gets to go to Key West and hang out for a while, but they do have car dealerships down there.
Yeah, I mean right now, I got to be honest, right now I'm picturing him like tied to like a pier at Key West, right? And like, maybe has a shirt on, maybe doesn't, and he's totally sunburned like the movie when he was up on the roof. What was the movie when they all went to Vegas and he was up on the roof? He was handcuffed up on the roof of the mattress. Hangover. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like he's not getting a ton of work done this week. I'd be shocked if he is.
Can I
according to his Facebook, he was on a helicopter tour.
Yeah, he's not working. Oh boy. You're roboting right now. You're roboting right now.
Terminator 2.
Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh boy.
My crow can only one time. Okay. Better?
Nope. I love all of this. Did your notebook get flooded too, or just the microphone?
It's just the microphone.
Oh, you're back now.
Oh, I'm back. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
you're back now. That was weird. It was a
Shouldn't have
little.
tried to share his- I
You had
shouldn't
like
have
a little
tried
Max Headroom stroke, and then you came back. So that's exciting.
Apologies.
All right.
Apologies.
Well, we can go in any direction, but I certainly want to talk. I mean, let's with all my NBA. Anytime anyone else on the show is on the show, I get to call you all NBA insiders because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I just complain about uniforms occasionally. I want to talk about the Halliburton thing. What happened with Halliburton?
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah. What was the impetus behind that? Like what?
Well, basically he single-handedly won game 4 or
Sure.
game 5, whatever it was
Sure.
for Indiana. And so, I don't know, Giannis's dad was his dad was yapping from the sidelines at Giannis the whole time. Came up to him and is like, apparently, this is what Giannis said, was he was holding up a towel and he was like, that's what we effing do around here. That's how we effing do it, right in Giannis's face after the game. And so that's why the big man went and got in his face.
Giannis took an exception to that. Yes,
he did, as I would expect he would. I mean, like I have to say, Giannis is one of my favorite NBA players. I feel awful for this guy. Like he's on a crappy team. I mean, I know he won a championship, but his team crumbled after they won a championship, and he's on a crappy team that hasn't made it out of the first round of the playoffs for the last 3 years. And I hope he gets traded somewhere good. Everybody's talking about the Rockets, but we shall see. I mean, the Rockets look like they're going to get bounced in the first round too, so it'll be interesting. But I thought, it was super poor sportsmanship of Halliburton's dad. I mean, it's one thing if the players get into it, but like you're just there to watch. You're not part of the game. Like, just pipe down and let your kid deal with it. I mean, he's a grown ass man now. So
yeah, if you're a parent at a sporting event of your child, and I don't care age, profession, you're still a parent at your child's sporting event, Mr. Halliburton.
Yes.
What do they tell? What do they tell? To be a really good reporter, never be the story.
Yes.
If you're going to be a really good parent, never be the story. Now, of course, I took that and spiked it on its head when I got kicked out of the state championship as a coach, and one of Aiden's last games it was Aiden's last game that I did coach because I got kicked out after that. But anyway,
you were a coach. It's a little bit different, right? You're a coach. Not that a coach should be probably, look back on it and think maybe I could have done things differently.
I had a really good time actually, but go ahead.
Okay, all right, fair enough. But as a coach, it's a little bit different. You actually are part of the game, right? I mean,
sure,
in many ways,
sure.
So,
yeah, I got you.
You're not just the parent at that point, but
either
way, you're at the NBA level. Your kid gets paid $50 million a year to play.
Yeah.
Pipe down.
Yeah.
Like, just go sit down. I'm sure your kid bought you a brand new house and a brand new car and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Just be happy that he made it through the second round.
Watch the game from home. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
The other one too, and I know the referees are going to make things different tonight. Do we think LeBron might be wrapping it up tonight? I mean,
rubber shoes. I'll let you take that one.
Yeah. Well, talk to me, rubber shoes. Like, and I mean this in both ways. Do we think that they have the wherewithal does Ant and Minnesota have the wherewithal to shut it down tonight and finish it? And do you think he's done after this?
Oh, I doubt it.
Okay.
He likes the spotlight too much.
Yeah.
Unless the Diddy trial starts, then he won't.
I love that. That's just out there floating around. I don't
think he was involved in the Diddy stuff. I think he was.
There's a video of him on Zoom with Diddy. There was above and beyond that, there's a video of him on Zoom with P. Diddy. P. Diddy's got his boys with him. LeBron's calling his boys into the room, and quote unquote, he says there ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he was there for the one party where they actually had cake and ice cream. I think he's probably been to at least a party where there was paralyzing baby oil. I mean, just a hunch. And it's going to be horrifying because I'll tell you, if LeBron is in the mix, there's no way Jay-Z's not in the mix. And that's horrifying because that's somebody that I've always enjoyed his music. He drives me crazy now because I can't stand his wife. Horrible.
What?
Of course you love her. Of course you love her.
Oh, of course. You might be the first person in the entire world that I've ever said I can't stand his wife just because of her politics. Come on, man.
No, dude.
On, man.
No.
Come on.
Tell me your favorite song from her.
Freedom.
Keep going.
Love on Top.
Keep going.
Baby Boy. Crazy
Keep going.
Love.
Keep going.
I just hit you with 4. I gave you
You're
some
not going to
old-
mention any of her
musical.
country songs?
So you're making
I
my
don't
point,
like her
dude.
country album. I don't like her country album.
I can't name any of her songs off the top of my head because they're not in my head, because they're not on my speakers, they're not in my heart. I don't think I don't want to watch any of it.
No.
I don't want to listen to any of it. You could listen.
so
I've always said
shocked.
this. We've had the conversation time and time and time again. And dude, you're in the majority. I realize I'm on Hate Beyonce Island, and there's room for others, by the way. I realize that I'm on an island by myself. I get that ish.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we've had the conversation a million times. Remember when OD had tickets to Mark Anthony? And he's like, you and Janina got to come. And I went just to make my boss happy. And when I got there, and I tell this story all the time, I got there, I was watching somebody who's really good at their craft do their thing, and it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
You could have guarded front row seats for me for her, and I wouldn't go.
Wow.
I don't get it. I do not get it. Do not get it at all.
I not to make this into a Beyonce fest, but I went to see her,
We
Alicia
won't.
Keys, and Missy Elliott
Yep.
in concert, and Jay-Z came out and did Crazy in Love. I mean, ever since then, I've been the biggest Beyonce fan on the planet. So I'm not. I thought it was like a politics thing for you. So if it's a music thing, all right, whatever.
If I didn't listen to artists because of their politics, I wouldn't listen to artists.
You wouldn't listen to any music. Yeah, you'd listen to Toby Keith, and that would be about it. Oh, sorry.
He's
rest
dead.
In peace.
He's dead.
Yeah,
Rest in teeth. Rest in teeth. Kobe teeth. Yeah, no, it's not. It nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that.
Going back to the
Yes, sir.
Diddy thing and the LeBron thing. First of all, two things. One, if the Epstein list hasn't come out yet,
I love
the
that we're
Diddy
here
list
right
is
now.
never
I
gonna
love
come out.
this.
It's never going to come out. It won't happen. There's going to be injunction after injunction. It'll never happen. I mean, we can't
I agree. Well,
guarantee that
I
the
agree with
Epstein
you because
files
we
don't
can't.
come
Yeah,
out.
we can't get the Epstein list.
Right. Exactly. So we're not
Yeah.
going to be able to get the Diddy list either because Trump is going to. Okay, never mind.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You can listen.
No, I'm not going there.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We're here for it, and we're gonna keep on.
He's
Go.
gonna block the Epstein files, and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, I like Diddy, and he probably was at some of the Diddy parties, so he probably is gonna block the Diddy list too. Don't you think Trump, who is one of the biggest New York magnates of all time,
Mhm.
right? I'll give him that.
Mhm.
You don't think he was at some of those parties? Of course, he was at some of those parties. Those
Well, we'll never
parties
know
were
who.
crazy.
We'll never know
Everybody
who was
was
at the
there.
parties, right? You just said that.
We don't know who was at the party, but we just insinuated that LeBron and Jay-Z were. So, I mean, this is.
We can. Yeah, we can insinuate away. We can insinuate away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. So,
Yes.
I don't think we'll ever see the Diddy list or the Epstein list personally, but I guess we shall see.
And if we do, it'll be a docuseries that we'll do right here at ATB.
Yes.
Oh
We'll
my
go
God.
one name at a time, and
Yep,
we'll say, do
yep.
you like this person or not like this person?
Oh my God.
Oh, that would be
Yep.
fun.
Yep. ATB will stand for all the boys. Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, somebody had to say
Rubber
it.
shoes. Show
And-
your thigh again, rubber shoes. Show your
yeah. Show me that.
I
inner
was
thigh.
waiting for Kaylee to chime in.
What is she? What are we doing? We've been playing the Seinfeld clip of George and Jerry sitting in the restaurant. It's the episode where they decide they have to grow up and get married. And Jerry just starts. He's like, "What are we doing? What kind of lives are these?" Right? Yeah. And like we play that every 7 minutes in our office between me and her and JV, just because we're like, "What are we doing? Let's just go to Kohl's in full t-shirts. One of us can wear a headset and be a shift leader. We get 15-minute smoke breaks every 2 hours. Union rules.
Yes.
Yep. What are we doing?
Do you have a button bar in your office that you just hit drops on? Because I can imagine that. Like, people
It's
come in
loaded
and
up.
you're just
I'm not running a morning show here, but I've done this
You're
though.
not. You have like 100 microphones. How do you?
You remember Cookie Puss, right?
Yes, of course.
So we could do this. Every once in a while, I could do that.
But not running a morning show at all.
No, not at all.
Maybe a clown show. I don't know.
Yeah,
Not a morning.
maybe a clown show. Celtic City, are you done? Rubber Shoes, are you done?
I have to watch the last episode.
It's just so well done.
Oh my God.
So well done. And and initially, and we talked about this earlier on the show, when it started and, 13 seconds into episode 1, they hit with busing and they started talking about Boston being racist. And for like 4 seconds, because I'm allowed, because I'm like transparent white Irish Catholic and I'm from Boston and I get defensive. I'm like, oh my God, is this whole series going to be about this? And yet it was woven into every episode because it's woven into every episode. It was so well done. And I timed it. I don't know how I timed it. I got home in time last night that I had 2 episodes left. And mathematically, although I have to talk to Adam Silver, mathematically, because I'm senile, I figured, well, I'm going to wrap up at about 8:29. The game starts at 8:30. No, it doesn't. The pregame starts at 8:30. Yeah. It started at 8:52. So I'm waving my cane at the television, wondering when they're going to start the game. But to be able to wrap those 2 episodes up right before the game started, and it was just that last 15 minutes of episode 9. Good night. Good night. Like I could barely see the screen on my phone. I'm like, hey guys, just wrapped up. I'm not crying. Nobody's crying. Nobody's crying. My cat Jeffrey had to put on a poncho. He was sitting next to me like, what are you doing? You all right? It was so good.
I was, it's funny because, obviously we didn't live through all of the championships. So the Bird championships are very nostalgic for childhood and all that stuff for me. But like the KG one, the KG and Pierce and Ray Allen one, 2 things. One, I was really surprised at how like invested in that team I was. Like I didn't remember it that way, but now like watching it back, I'm like, man, I loved that team. Like every single player up and down that roster, I loved that team. And then the second thing that I thought I didn't realize was how I knew they won a championship, but I didn't know how consistently good they were for so long. Like I knew in the back of my head, but like it reminded me, and I was just floored by that whole episode. For me was like I just was like crying and like so excited, and just my heart was racing. That was my favorite episode, even though the whole series was really good. And the last one, obviously, we just lived through it. So, that was good too.
And I'm going to suspend disbelief because you have to, because we're all homers, except for Rubber Shoes in the 80s with the Lakers, but we'll get to that later. So,
whatever.
Like when an athlete gets on the way Kevin did, and the way, and even Ray Allen with, I would argue, a much lighter feeling or less feeling of allegiance to the city of Boston. But Kevin talking about his passion for Boston. Yeah. And like, I'm like, I know he probably has done stuff for Minnesota and he's saying the same thing to Minnesota. Yeah. But he made me feel last night like, no, he's not. No, he's not. Right. And his connection with Bill Russell, and Bill Russell, God rest his soul, he's got that laugh, and ironically, Kaylee has the same kind of laugh that you could just put, to your point, on a button bar.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, my cat died, my truck doesn't work, and I've got stage 9 cancer, and I'd hit a button bar of either Bill Russell or Kaylee Brackett laughing, and you're like, oh, I'm good, that's fine. Yeah. My leg fell off, but it tickles. Yeah. His laugh is so sophomoric, like insofar as like he's giggling, shoving his friends into the bushes, and it's just so authentic. You couldn't fake it, Yeah. And his joy of being around the team, and him, I remember them talking about that and maybe playing that clip in some other fashion, but him saying to Kevin, if you don't win one with all the talent that you have, I'll share one of mine with you. Yeah. And then their embrace on the floor, and he's like, I got mine. Like the father-son relationship was ridiculous. It was so good. It's so well done. And Kevin making the point, everybody making the point. Like, there's no other franchise. Yankees, yes. Right. In baseball, yes, Yankees. But like, there's no other franchise that has the history as obnoxious as the Celtics.
Montreal Canadiens.
Oh my God, he can't help himself. Can't help himself. Okay, go ahead. Rocket Rashad. Okay, he's done. Yep. I said the one historical name that I could remember just to make him happy, just to cement the friendship. It was so well done.
It was very well done, and the one thing that I will say that, and I know it's obviously done from a Homer angle and all that stuff, but the one thing I will say is, I guess I'm upsetting.
He's going to get Montreal stuff. Is that you and Rocket Rashad?
Yep.
Oh.
Yup. Yup.
I fucking can't.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Your room should be a museum, Rubber Shoes. Oh my god! That's
the fact that he had it at the ready.
Right there. It's not like he knew we were going to talk about it. Like it's not even something that would normally come up.
Like he's laying in bed this morning, drumming his fingers on his chin. He's like, I feel like Timmy's going to make a Rocket Richard comment today. So I will move that piece of historical reference to right within an arm's length. Because he's wearing his recovery Crocs. He can't really do a lot of moving around, Oh my God. You can't make that up.
Oh man, that was freaking magical.
And I just got the title for the episode. I'm so excited right now. So efficient.
How did you meet him, Rubber Shoes?
He was at a sports card show in Wilmington, Mass.
And this is back when your in-laws had the shop, right?
Yep.
Yeah, your dad. Yeah, your father-in-law had the shop. Yep.
Yeah. So that was before I went in the Navy. So that was probably like 89, 90.
Okay, so you're just coming out of the Lakers phase and going into the military? It's a weird time for you. Yeah.
Right around there, yep.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was amazing. That was amazing.
Also, Kaylee makes a great point. She's asking why it's not in a frame.
Because I think it's a Polaroid picture.
Go get it again, Rubber Shoes. Go get it again. Let's see it.
Somebody took it for him, and they stood there and they shook it for a while.
Have you heard of the website Amazon? You can just measure it, and you can get a frame for it, whatever size it is. You could absolutely frame that.
So
all I know, I don't know much. All I know is that fucking room is underinsured. That's all I know.
So I don't know what kind of pen he used, but it was autographed by him.
Oh my God!
On this side, and you can't barely even make it out.
What does something like that go for? I mean, that's priceless.
It says to Bill Maurice Richard.
Wow,
unbelievable!
I'm impressed you came up with that reference, Timmy. That's right on the fly. That was good.
Of all the hosses and all the gin joints, yeah, and the fact that it was right there is. My brain hurts right now. It really does. It hurts. Yeah, super good. I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit more because I'm sure Corey and Scotty are going to want to put in their 4.5 cents about the show, but it's so well done. Janina made a great point. I know I said this a couple of weeks ago, or probably even last week. The fact that we're getting this cavalcade of these programs right now, we're going to go. But here's the thing. Here's what I need them to do, and if they're smart, they will. It's almost like when Disney got their hands on Star Wars. And they're like, okay, so in between episode 9 and 10, we're going to drop in a side story about Chewbacca's younger brother with a wooden leg,
Yes.
And like they can go off in a million different directions 100%. If they're smart. And HBO is doing a really good job. If you didn't know that HBO was doing this, I would put this, and not that HBO doesn't have the backing of all the money in the world as well, but like this is Netflix caliber, and I think Netflix is the gauntlet right now when it comes to. Sports documentaries. Like they have sort of set the standard, what it should look like, how intriguing it should be. I always say the editing is good and Jenny, the writing is good, and Jenny's like, it's not written, it's edited. And I'm like, yes, correct, it's not writing. Like, but they emotionalize it so much it feels like it's written. Yeah, and it's 100%. Just fantastic production. 10 years ago, Janina would have been like, somebody our age is doing it. Now it's somebody my kid's age is doing it. But like, we used to always love when like, somebody that we did radio with who understands production and how to hit those moments is doing the post-production, and it's brilliant. And they're doing such a good job. So my prayer is I still have to do the clubhouse with the Red Sox. My prayer is that somebody just keeps peppering shows out. There's going to be a reason to, just do a bunch of side stories. And
Well, the one thing I liked about I liked obviously Celtic City better than I liked The Last Dance because it was about the Celtics. But one thing I
Mm.
liked about The Last Dance is it was a bunch of episodes, but it was really focused on one period of time, right? It
Mm.
was just focused on the Jordan Bulls. I mean, they don't have any other history but besides that, but you were able to dig a little bit deeper because
Tony
I was kind of
Kukoc.
feeling like
It's a
they
good window.
raced through the Pierce Garnett days. I mean,
Mm.
they did a good job with it, but I thought they raced through it a little bit. So, like you said, we can talk about it more later. But it's I'm gonna watch it again. My girls want to watch it, so we're gonna watch it together, which I'm excited.
Yeah, it's really well done. I haven't. How are you doing on the Red Sox one? Rubbish shoes. Are you through it?
I haven't started waiting to finish Celtic City first, and then
Yeah. Okay.
that.
Yeah, they did a great job. They did a super
When
good
does
job.
the Bruins one come out? Rubber shoes.
What's that?
When does the Bruins one come out?
Never.
There has to be a Bruins one coming.
Yes.
There has to be a Bruins one coming. Well, there's a Notre Dame thing coming for Netflix, right? When is that coming? That's supposed to be soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're doing a Notre Dame one. So that'll be ridiculous because everybody on the planet's
Timmy's
wrong.
pissed about that.
No, I'll be fine. I will.
Okay, all right.
I will.
You won't
I will.
watch it.
No, Jesus.
Hell no. Let me
It's
ask
fine.
you this: when is the Belichick reality show going to start?
Dude, I'm so glad
It's
you
already
brought it.
started.
It's like I was talking to one of the guys in the office, and you're like, okay, and it's funny, I haven't spent enough time looking at her name, so I didn't realize it's Jordan because everybody's making a point of saying Jordan now.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if I'm having this conversation with my mom or my wife, they're all like, this is gross. He's 77 years older than her and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And like, as a guy, I'm just like, yeah, it's too bad. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna begrudge him because as a guy, I'm like, I get it. There's a massive divide. I think without fail, she got the, what is her unofficial official title? She's like chief executive resource and social media officer for Belichick Productions, whatever it is. I have to imagine that he gave her that corner office in a very compromising position. He might have been on his back. Maybe the lights were out. And maybe she was holding his yardstick and yanking the chain a little bit to see if it was a first down. Like, I have to imagine he agreed to that in a very compromising position.
I mean,
And
I
now he's paying for it because it's coming undone. The story we were given was that they met on that plane.
right.
And he signed her book and they stayed connected after that. Clearly, that whole thing where they ended up next to each other on the plane, him signing the book and the pictures that circulated in the story we were given was their soft launch after they figured out how do we soft launch this because we can't possibly tell the real story.
right.
And there's terrible allegations that like she's, escort service or whatever. I don't think that's the case. She's from a really nice family. I doubt that's the case. But they met. There's something they don't want to talk about on how they met, which is always really funny. I've always said to Janina when there's somebody in our life and there's like how they got together is weird. And we'll be like driving home from dinner. I'm like, so when they get asked how they met, how does that story go? And I think that's what we're up against with her and him. There was something that happened way back when, and there were the rumors, and I don't know. Remember when he was on Nantucket and they had the ring video of him sneaking out of somebody's house?
Oh yeah. That was her house.
That was her house, right?
Right.
So they didn't meet on the plane.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's something totally sketchy about the whole
Yeah,
thing.
his barnacle got stuck to the underside of her boat, and he tried to wrestle it off of her for 4 hours, and then he left her house in broad daylight in his underwear. And that's not a bad story, dude.
I don't know why they're hiding it. Like, what's the problem? Unless
You're trying
you
to-
said she's like an escort or something, but I sincerely doubt
No. People have been throwing that around. I don't think that's the case. My point is they're trying to make this Brady Bunch Happy Days,
right.
warm fuzzy. This is how we met, but we all have the microfiche of him leaving in his underwear. and half the country, I think everybody, the three of us aren't offended by his relationship. I'm not. Like, good for you, brother. You know,
Go for it. As long as you're not doing anything illegal or like.
Although his daughter, his apparently his daughter is speaking out about how the fact it's sort of creating a rift with the family.
I'm more offended at the sweatshirt that he wore on national TV than I am about his relationship. I mean, I don't care that you wore a Navy sweatshirt. That's fine. But can you get one that, like, I don't know, you just bought?
What I love, and I think he's tying it back to histrionics. He wants to make sure his tie to the Navy is through his dad. It's just fun. Anytime he does wear any Navy gear, like, God bless them. Are they still open anymore? Old Navy? Like, my dad used to get so mad when he was alive. God rest his soul. He'd be like, why don't we have an old Army store? I'm like, we do. It's your fucking closet, Dad. Like, everything in there is old Army, right? But, like, he wears Navy gear that looks like he fought in the war. Like, is that a bullet hole? Or is that when she stabbed you the other night? Like, why is, like, that was a weird play. And it's also disconcerting. I know it was about his book, and it was CBS, Sunday morning news, and it was all about his book. The irony is nobody's talking about the book. Everybody's talking about her shutting down the interview. Right. And then the other piece of that is, too, if I am making good money, which I trust he is, I haven't talked to him lately, to go coach North Carolina football, why are you not in a periwinkle blue button down or a polo shirt with maybe with the Tar Heel logo right there?
Right.
Like he's like, I'm going on national Sunday television.
Right. It's bananas.
And I'm going to look like a homeless person. Here's my I guess my one thought. Clearly after my first 7, my one thought on what their struggle bus is the timeline doesn't match up with him being a good person. I think he might have been at her summer house, or the relationship is tied before the relationship with Linda Holiday ended.
Right.
So was she a speed bump that caused that breakup?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's why they waited and had this divorce period of time. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, we're both sitting next to each other on Spirit Airlines. Sign my book, you crusty old fuck. I don't know.
You have a hole in your sweatshirt.
Yeah.
The only piece of that, the whole thing was awkward and weird, but the Instagram post that they showed on CBS of him laying on the beach with holding her up with his feet.
Well, you know what that is, though. You know what they're doing. That's like classic dad on the beach with his little baby up on his feet.
I know.
Doing airplane. Like, they're poking fun at everybody, poking fun at the age gap. And he doesn't care. There's a weird one, though, and this is really weird. And this is me going down a super dark exit, but welcome to the show. There's a weird one where he's in, like, the Gorton's fisherman outfit, and she's dressed like a mermaid. What is Creeposaurus Rex? Is that her father is a fisherman.
Oh, come on.
So is there like a little weird? Is there like a little weirdo daddy play in there? Like, what are we doing? Can't even imagine.
You're reading way too much into this stuff.
I've had all the time in the world. I'm busy not reading this fucking book because nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I also love that he dumped on the book publisher. They made me name it that. I didn't want to name it that. I wanted to name it something else. I'm like, dude, you're trying to sell this book, not tell people not to buy it. Like, what
and totally excluding craft. And super interesting. It really is.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
It's crazy. Rubber Shoes, I didn't hear your thoughts on it. You don't think anything of it? You're like not even paying attention to it?
He doesn't care. He's ready for the Red Sox update. We'll go into the Red Sox update, then we're going to wrap up with our draft thoughts, and then we're going to escape because everybody has.
We got to talk about the Celtics.
Everybody has hard outs.
The Celtics? Yeah, we have.
Go back to the Celtics. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go.
Talk about Bill Belichick for 20 minutes.
Oh, you're so angry. Bill Belichick was the coach for 20 years. Why are you so angry about that?
Move on.
Go ahead.
Turn the page.
We also talked about your Canadians.
The what?
We talked about the Canadians for a second, too, on a Boston show.
Yeah, the guy that just said he turned the page had Rocket Rashad 4 feet away from his fucking microphone.
And you're wearing a Georgetown jersey. What is happening? We can't talk about Bill Belichick? Oh, my God. Go ahead,
Celtics.
Rubber Shoes.
Celtics.
Go ahead. Celtics.
What about the Celtics? They won 1-5. Hopefully, Holiday is not really hurt this bad.
Best show ever.
It is the best show ever. Oh my God. Yeah. What's the timeline on him? Is he going to be okay?
I think he's day to day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hamstring's one of those, right? It's day to day.
Hopefully, Detroit can win one more and make them go at least 6 games.
I mean, I think we got the crappiest first round opponent that we could have possibly got, right? I would have rather played any of the other teams, obviously besides Cleveland, but I would have rather played any of the other teams that were in the lower tier. So that was a tough matchup for us. I think Detroit and New York, I mean, it's the second round of the playoffs. It'll be a tough series, but I think we'll be okay. But I'm happy that they took care of business last night so that they could actually get the rest that they need, because God knows, like, that was a series. I mean, even though we won 4-1, that was a brutal series.
Physical, yeah. So Tatum with 3 35+ point games. Only Bird has done that. Are we finally getting unlocked Tatum, do you think?
I mean, I don't know what other level he can go to. I mean, the guy 3 games, maybe 4 games in a row, never didn't miss a free throw. He was he 10 of 16 last night? Like, I don't know what other level we could expect him to go to, personally. But so I would say yes, unlocked Tatum for sure.
His response to the way everybody treated him with the Olympics, I think, and I think he desperately wants an MVP. He wants a second trophy. He wants back-to-back championships, but he would love to get the added cherry on top, I think, of also being dubbed as the leader of,
I think the other thing too is that a lot of these guys know that in all likelihood this team, the way it's constructed, is not going to be together next year. I don't know who goes. I mean, there's sort of easy ones that will probably go, like Hauser and Cornette. Those will probably be gone. Those guys will be gone. But I don't know if KP will be back. I don't know if Drew will be back. I can't imagine Brown or Tatum going, but and
they
Pritchard,
could.
I think they have Pritchard on a good deal, so I think Pritchard will stay. So I think they probably realize, like, okay, like, if we don't get it done this year, this is probably the end of whatever this is. So not to say that Tatum or Brown won't get another ring. It's just, I don't think it'll be with the same group of guys.
This recipe.
I think they want to win with the same group of guys. So we shall see.
And based on the Detroit game, we're looking at what, a Sunday start, or when's our next round start?
Well, it still depends whether, if Detroit wins, then it would be after the weekend, I think. Because
it's going to be after the weekend. Okay.
Game 7 would be this weekend.
The classic NBA schedule: 4 days on, 3 days off.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it could be not until next week that we see the Celtics again, but that wouldn't be a bad thing. Even though I would love for there to be a game this weekend, but I think it's a good thing if they get rest. So.
Yep. I saw the greatest meme about Will Campbell was somebody says he looks like a bookie from Southie. Did you see the video they played of him when he got drafted and he was like up there in a tracksuit? Did you see it?
No.
Will Campbell, his promotional video, he's like, flipping the football in his hands, and he's in like a Ben Affleck Good Will Hunting tracksuit.
Yes.
And somebody's like, so our new offensive tackle looks like a bookie from Southie. But he's been great. I mean, all everybody had was he has short arms, and he's come out. He's been pristine in press conferences. I loved his quote where he's just like, I'll die taking care of my quarterback. And Drake popped in and he's like, let's fucking go. And yeah, so he's been fantastic. I think he's been a great force in the locker room, which is needed. A lot of people saying A and A+ on this draft for us, though. Do you feel that way?
Rubber Shoes, do you want to weigh in? I'll give you a...
Yes, but as the they were talking on one of the Sports Talk Radio this week. They went back to past drafts where, these guys got a good grade, and nobody panned out of everyone they drafted. So what they got for a grade doesn't matter. It all matters is if they actually turn into good players.
Yep.
So I'm hopeful. I love the running back they got. I really like Campbell. It's just been so much with the negativity about the length of his arms that it's hard to love the pick. But since we drafted him, all the interviews since, I love the guy. I hope he turns out great. If he can't be a tackle, he'll be a great guard. But I think he's here for a while.
But the fact that he did start his last 2 seasons with LSU, he started, and he was phenomenal in the SEC at tackle. So, but I'm the same way. Like, I'll kept hearing everybody, he's got really short arms. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what's really short arms? Like,
so basically,
is he a T-Rex?
what the length of his arms, no left tackle has ever been a all-pro with that short of arms. No left tackle has ever been drafted in the last 30 years that had, in the first round, that had arms as short as his. So all the, the analytics and stuff.
I love the analytics, right?
So he's not a typical left tackle that does well with his numbers of his.
I'm so confused though, because and this is where I don't understand football, but I'm confused. Like, if you're a short guard and you get drafted into the NBA, you're talented enough to be in the NBA. Like, so this guy has short arms. He's talented enough to be in the NFL.
Yes, but he may not be talented enough to be a left tackle.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll slide him in.
Yeah.
To protect him a little bit more, so he's not
short
working
arm
out
thing is where
the edge. Yeah.
Yeah, the edge, and if you get a defensive end that's rushing that has long arms, he's going to hit you first before you can hit him, and that causes So that's the thing, and you figured, yes, he was an SEC, but every player that he's facing now is the best out of every league, not just good at SEC, so that's no, it's definitely a plus that he's from the SEC and LSU, although they did well last year. This year LSU didn't do too well, but I do blame their head coach.
Because you don't like him, because he left.
Yeah.
Yes. I love that. I love that for all of you. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Guy who's, I believe he's from Massachusetts, but now he has a southern
accent. Drawl. Yeah, he had a southern drawl the day his family landed, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Incredible. Yep. Red Sox update, because we have a hard out, William.
Yes.
So first and foremost, from Clubhouse, episode 2 of the Clubhouse with Red Sox, they focus on Jerry Duran and talk about his mental health. He's very open about it. He was open about it, but they focus on the whole story in episode 2. And apparently, on the road this past weekend, what town were they in? I'm drawing a blank on the town they were in. They were on the road, and somebody catcalled him from the crowd, making fun of him and his attempt on his own life, which is just fascinating.
Something that would happen
Cleveland?
in Boston.
They're in Cleveland.
Oh, Guardians. It was a Guardians fan. Yep. I'm not saying that we're above it at all. It's just, I guess I'm just sort of like in a vacuum. You have that kind of information about somebody, and on your third beer in the third inning at your shitty ballpark, which you renamed, I don't know what their ballpark's even called right now, but it's probably something terrible. And you're the Guardians because you don't want to be the Indians anymore. Best
by the lake.
The mistake by the lake. Yeah, one of the best logos in all of baseball, and now they're the Guardians, which is just remarkably foolish. But to have that kind of information on somebody and then decide to exercise it is just fascinating to me.
Does it surprise you?
No, because there's one born every minute. Sure,
there's bad people out there everywhere, and I don't even think it needs alcohol to be infused into it.
Yeah, just
that's true. That's true.
Just stupid enough. Stupid enough. Do you think Roman Anthony's coming up? Does he make a move? Do they make a move with him? I mean, isn't it? No, you don't think so?
Not anytime soon. Nope. The outfield's clicking. They don't need it. You know, Rafaela has been playing well the last week, so it's going to take an injury, I think, to get him up here. Unless they stop playing him at first base, which, I mean, Casas has started to come out of his funk this past weekend.
Serviceable, yeah.
They're it's like I've been watching them, but I haven't checked the standings. Like, I know they've been winning, and I think that this division is
not good.
No, they're good. They're all just good. So Red Sox are a game and a half out of first behind the Yankees.
Spanklings, God help us.
Toronto's 4.5 out of first. So the big question mark is Baltimore. Like, what they're supposed to be.
Yeah, they're on the struggle bus right now. Yeah. Which is interesting. Go ahead.
I was gonna say your memorabilia room is missing like a ticker rubber shoes, so you don't have to like look down at your phone. You can just the Red Sox are in second place.
I've always wanted to have something. I've always wanted to keep the standings of the AL East somewhere, and I've been in like pizza joints and bars where they keep the how it's on at Fenway Park.
Yep.
That they keep track of it, and I've always wanted to do that, so I just don't have room for that.
At the firehouse, correct me if I'm wrong. When you guys get a call, you drive the truck, right?
Correct.
So all I can think. Oh God, this was so magical. All I can picture, you know the episode of Seinfeld where Kramer's on the back of the truck.
He drives the back. He drives the back. Yeah.
I get that.
You don't drive the back. What do you drive? You drive the front?
He's driving the bus.
Let's go.
We don't have a hook. We don't have a hook and ladder in the city.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just picturing Rubber Shoes leaving to go on a call. The lights are blaring, the siren's blaring, and he's just got a big long ticker down the side with, atbshow.com, brought to you by Joe and Leslie and our dear friends at AAA Work Trucks, and then all the box scores, right?
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. You should do that.
That would be, yeah.
That was working. Now he's thinking about it. Now I got him thinking. There's enough lights going. Nobody's really going to notice all the lights and the noise and the peril, the house burning down. You're saving cats and old ladies. And somebody can look up and be like, oh my God, the Dodgers lost. Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's community service,
That would be amazing.
Listen, you're killing two birds with one stone. That's good.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, your house burned down. You can't watch the game, but we've got an update right here, Mr. Lindsay. Yeah.
Tell you what the score is.
Yep. He's taking bets. He's running a whiteboard box, right? Yeah. Yep. Running pools. I know you're down on your luck. Your house just burnt down, but hey.
The Rubber Shoes family is heading out on vacation on Saturday.
Oh,
you're off next week.
Oh, I'll try to get on.
You'll figure it out. Okay.
Where are you going?
So we are heading out Saturday, and our first stop is Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Oh, you're doing the Dunder Mifflin tour. Love it.
Yep. Let's go. And actually, they just opened a Chili's there.
Here we go.
In April, and it's the only Chili's that you can order an Awesome Blossom.
Oh.
They discontinued it everywhere, but this one you can still get. You're the only chili. So we're there. We're going to go hit the points that are actually in Scranton. And then from Scranton, we're going to head to Pittsburgh for Saturday to go to a Pittsburgh Pirates game. They'll be playing the San Diego Padres.
Oh.
And then heading down to Myrtle Beach from there for a few days. And we're waiting for Little Shoes to make a decision. So on the way back, we're either stopping in D.C. and going to a Nationals game, or we're
Okay.
going to Hershey Park.
I'll go to the
Rubber
Nationals
shoots,
game.
It's his decision.
Did
Unless
you know
he likes
that the
theme parks.
Mystics are-
But there's
the
no way he
Mystics
likes
season
theme parks. He
started?
doesn't fit in the rides.
No, he loves Hershey Park. We've been there before.
Your son with his 9-foot legs fits in a roller coaster?
Yeah, hey, he's not.
Are we
We're
sure?
not, we're not huge amusement ride fans. We like.
He's going for the fried Oreos. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
the Big E aspect. What were you saying about the Mystics, bud?
No, I was just saying that the Mystics have started their season. You could probably grab tickets.
I would.
They got some great rookies. Georgia Amore is on the Mystics this year.
If I could get a picture of Rubber Shoes at a WNBA game, that would be my fucking Roman Empire. I would be so excited about that.
It should be our next ATB series. I mean, what do we call it? I don't know. Get together. It should be our next get together.
Yeah.
A WNBA game.
He won't join us for that.
Kaylee, I am planning on getting a Pirates, probably a Roberto Clemente or Willie Stargell when I'm there.
You know, there's a thing called like the internet, right? And you can just like order whatever you want.
No, he's going to buy it there. He's going to buy it there.
What difference does it make? It's going to be twice the price.
We'll see. It's Pittsburgh.
They're all made in China.
They don't sell out.
It's Pittsburgh. They don't sell out.
I wouldn't think so.
Also that. All right, we're escaping. We got a hard out. These ladies got to get to their next things. I don't know what's happening. Go ahead.
So I guess the Pittsburgh baseball stadium is ranked the number 2 stadium in the country out of all.
Next to who?
It's
for fan experience or what?
Just they had like a poll, and so I didn't see it. Steph told me it, and I asked her, I'm like, so what was number 1? She's like, oh, I can't remember, but this park was ranked number 2 out of every stadium in it might be North America with
really.
Yeah,
I mean it's a super cool spot. When we were there last fall when we were driving up for that BC SMU game, that was our first overnight, and just the way it's set up, the sight lines, looking at the bridges and stuff like that, it's super cool. But we haven't been in it. But I'm shocked it's number 2.
USA Today has it as number 1.
Oh,
PNC
really?
Park. Yep. Followed
Interesting.
by Oracle, Wrigley, Oriole Park. Wow, Fenway's only 5.
That's terrible.
Crazy.
That's terrible.
well, that sounds like those are just baseball parks.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah.
So they were ranked number 2 out of every stadium and arena. Like that included football,
college,
hockey,
everything,
basketball, everything.
Holy moly!
I'm not sure if it included college, but
that's crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
enjoy the trip, bud. If you can make it, you can make it. We'll obviously talk in the green room over the weekend. Yep. We will be back next week. Maybe have Scotty, maybe have Corey. For Adam and Rubber Shoes and myself and our dear friends Joe and Leslie at AAA Work Trucks. Thanks for hanging out. TheATBShow.com. You can go there. We'd love for you to comment, share, subscribe, and like. And we will see you on the other side. And if I make one more reference about a hockey player, do you have another picture nearby?
No. Well, I have not with me with them, but
he'd have to go for a walk. Okay. All right. We'll see you later.